The following program is sponsored by Tropical Acres Steakhouse.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defoe, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition and another week of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. And I don't have my pirate gear or an eye patch, but I feel like I'm because yeah, I did because we are at a place that is relatively new, and it is in Davie, Florida, right across from the rodeo grounds, and it's called Blackjack's Rum Bar and Grill. For those of you who are watching on the Let's Eat South Florida group, I've been seeing a couple of, well, more than a few posts about this place. Particularly, they have their good prime rib special on Wednesdays. But it's a pleasure to be here and to be joined by the proprietors, Deanne and Russ. Welcome to the Lunchbox. Thank you for inviting us out. And how are you doing today, Deanne?
Excellent, excellent. Thank you for coming.
Nice. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. And I love getting a work week started with a whole bunch of cocktails. This is a tough life that I've carved out for myself.
This is a typical Monday afternoon for you?
Yeah, basically. And it's I don't know if that's a sad thing, an indictment, or or if I've reached the pinnacle and heights of success in my chosen field. All right. So, this was, you had the,
Does it still
the
light?
lighter. We got a little malfunction.
No,
There
we're
we
good.
go. We got, okay. This
Still in
is,
fire.
we're already playing with flames and toys and there we go. Oh, look at that. You're shaking. What are we putting on there? Flammable substances, Deanne?
Cinnamon fireworks.
Cinnamon fireworks. What is this great,
That's
glorious
fun.
cocktail that we're playing with?
This is our Davie Jones blocker.
Davie
Russ's-
spelled how?
Yes.
Like,
Davie.
like
Or
the
Davie.
town that we're in.
It is very, very tiki. This is like all things tiki, all put together in one. Traveled across the southern United States this summer and kind of put everything into one cocktail.
Well, this is a wonderful array of. I love the fact that you are embracing rum and rum culture, because we are in South Florida, which is practically the tropics. It is the tropics.
Yep.
Yes,
And
it is.
the Caribbean, the land of rum. Is that what was the motivating force behind opening it? And just give me a little bit of the backstory, how long you've been open, how things are going.
So we opened mid-January. It is kind of an interesting backstory. My father and I are partners. We did used to have another partner for about 30 years. And during COVID, he took an online business class at Harvard, and Blackjack's was his business model.
Really?
But was going to be much more touristy, pirate ship bar, pirates hanging from the ceiling. And unfortunately, John did pass away a few years ago. But when we signed our lease here, my dad said, "We're doing Blackjacks." And I thought, how am I doing pirates in downtown Davie?
Yeah, I mean, rodeo, I could see maybe doing a Southwest tumbleweed thing,
Exactly.
but you're going, again, embracing the rum culture.
The
then.
South Florida culture.
Yeah.
So we geared it more towards the rum and built the place to make you feel as if you're on a ship in the ocean with our floor, the shiplap, and just tried to make it very outdoorsy, very tropical, and embrace the rum, and kind of designed our menu around the rum as well.
Let's just, again, get people oriented. It's right across from the Davie Rodeo Grounds. Is it still called the Ron Bergeron Rodeo
Bergeron
Grounds?
Rodeo
Bergeron,
Grounds.
yes.
And Russ, can just tell people the address here in case they're looking for it.
Yes. So it's 3890 Davie Road.
So it's basically as you go up Davie Road, which is going from, like Griffin Road, and then you go up towards where all the schools are. They got the Nova schools. You got the all the colleges around here, Broward College, and then as you shoot up towards the 595, it's in between that corridor.
Yes, between Griffin and 595,
and
just
very
south of Nova.
very easy to find. The parking situation, it's in a apartment building that has free parking for 2 hours in the garage. You just get your ticket, and they won't charge you for the first 2 hours. Same thing with the lot across the street. So I know parking trips people up a lot of times, but people are
does.
finding their way, right?
They are. It is a little confusing. If you do park outside, you do have to scan the QR code, but it is free for 2 hours.
All good, which should be enough time to get a nice lunch or dinner and have a couple of cocktails, but don't have too many unless you have a designated driver. Just talk to me a little bit about now. You are building another one that's going to be a little bit east, right?
Correct. Flagler Village in downtown Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, nice. We love that
It's a hot spot.
We love that area.
Absolutely, just north of the Federal Courthouse on 3rd Avenue. And we're shooting for July 4th weekend.
That's
nice.
excellent. Okay, so you're going to have 2 blackjacks, which seems like double the rum fun.
Absolutely.
And Russ, why don't you just talk, you were giving me your backstory, the fact that, first of all, I got a very nice text from somebody right before the show, and it basically a guy that I know from NYY Steak. He goes, I heard you're going to Blackjacks today. You're going to love it. Owners are amazing to their staff. Worked for them for 13 years. And this is a guy named Corey who works the bar at NYY Steak at the casino up at Coconut Creek, and he worked with you guys at a couple places that you operated in the past, Drunken Taco, Oasis Cafe. Both were on Fort Lauderdale Beach.
Yes.
Oasis Cafe was a mainstay for a long time. And then, in this day and age, the lease expired and the landlords weren't accommodating. So now you've moved to new things, which is great.
That's right.
Ventured west, got off the beach a little bit, and
Doing rum nowadays.
Yeah.
So
And, you see now a lot of these Mexican places, tequila bars. You see, I don't know what else you're seeing. But I like the fact that a rum bar makes me feel like I'm in the middle of South Florida, particularly as the weather warms up.
I think rum's the next big thing. Everybody wants to know what it is, but I think it's rum. It's so diverse.
Mm-hmm.
It's made all over the world. It's made in a bunch of different ways. Tequila is pretty specific, where it can be made, what it can be made from.
It's only
and the
Mexico,
methods.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm. Has to be the Blue Weber agave plant and all that. But rum, as long as it's distilled from sugarcane, you pretty much can do whatever you want with it. Call it rum. So
how many different types of rum do you have here?
So we're at about 340 at the moment.
Oh, wow.
340?
Yes.
Different types of
Yes.
bottles of
You
rum?
can see it right behind you there.
Oh,
Everything on those
Maybe.
shelves.
Is
That
in a
wall
bottle
is
of
rum.
rum. Okay. And look, I know I can rattle off a bunch. Look, I always loved Appleton Estate. I believe that's Jamaican rum.
yes.
Mhm.
Obviously, people know Bacardi, which was originally
Puerto Rican.
Cuba and then Puerto Rico.
Yep.
One of my favorites is from Guyana, which is El Dorado. Do you carry that?
We do.
yes, we do.
I love that stuff. That El Dorado, I think it's like 12 year.
The 12 year is my favorite, personally.
Oh, okay. This is a man who knows his rum.
I would hope.
I have to at this point.
Talk a little bit. Okay, you got a whole bunch of signature cocktails that we have on got your nice cocktail menu here, regular menu. We'll get into the food in a little bit, but just take us through what we got in front of us in terms
Sure.
of the cocktail, the beverage.
So this is actually a blackberry lemonade. I like the way it looks. It's very photogenic, but this is basically fresh blackberries muddled into a lemonade cocktail with Weber Ranch vodka, which is actually vodka made by the people from Patron Tequila. They left
Okay.
Patron and they went and they started making vodka
Oh,
from
interesting.
agave, actually. So this is an agave-based vodka that we use.
Agave-based vodka drink.
Yes.
And is it been? I mean, it looks very refreshing for the
It's absolutely it's a daytime refresher.
nice,
Can
very
drink-
good, not too sweet.
You can drink
Proper
as few or
tartness.
as many of those as you want, and you'll be right where you need to be.
And then this one.
So this is a grog. It's called Admiral Twining's Royal Grog.
You know what happens when you say grog? I want to go. Look at the pretty
you
ice.
can do that all you want at Blackjack's.
So,
But this is
grog-
actually a riff off of Don the Beachcomber's original that he came out with his first menu in Hollywood in the 1930s, and this was on it. People wondered for a long time how you make these ice cones, and
how do you make those ice cones?
you know, it's a proprietary secret.
Okay.
No, we
it's-
actually you can buy them from Beach Bum Berry. Actually,
that looks cool.
patented
Look at
a,
that. So it
an ice
melts
cone.
into it.
Yes.
And
But
what's in here again? It's a
So this is a blend of rum. It's actually añejo rum from Dominican Republic. It has a Navy strength rum, actually from Mount Gay and Barbados, and then it has from Hamilton, a pimento dram, which is an allspice liqueur, honey syrup, grapefruit, lots of things in there, bitters.
Okay.
But yes, it all comes together to make a deliciously quaffable, drinkable.
And
but
you
just
have the
don't drink more than 3.
Okay,
Oh, that's the cutoff point.
Like absolutely not.
if I
This is
drink
just an edible orchid.
an edible orchid, a pretty flower, and again, Lubie, I'm going to have you take a sip of this because the grapefruit. My doctors preclude me from drinking grapefruit because of my medications, which is a thing. But the thing that I got here, I've already taken a sip of, and this
I'm
is
not even a
totally
grapefruit fan. That is fantastic.
Awesome.
yeah, it's
So
good.
this is a rum old fashioned. We just did a riff on an old fashioned. It is tanned away, which is from the Philippines. So
Wow, a Filipino rum.
Yes.
Okay,
And
and you
it's-
don't you use chocolate bitters.
Yes, chocolate bitters and walnut bitters, and we put a little demerara simple syrup in there. So
My girlfriend Val would approve of this because she is allergic to
orange
oranges,
peel. Oh,
so she
yeah.
can't usually have the classic old fashioned with the Angostura bitters because it's from orange. But anything that has walnut and chocolate bitters, she will drink faster than I can. And
that is literally the perfect drink for her.
Yeah, that's great. She could actually have an old fashioned. They always have the orange.
not only is it a perfect drink for her, it's a perfect drink for me. This is so smooth. It's giving me the tingles as it goes down. I freaking love this rum old fashioned. I hereby proclaim this the new official drink of the Lunchbox.
Cheers.
Excellent. Cheers.
This is great. Cheers. I will, and not just say cheers, but ahoy, mateys! I love this stuff.
And then what is this cool one at the end?
So the David Jones Locker, it's only like 12 or 13 ingredients.
I like the word "only" being thrown in.
It's really the
Look at
kitchen
that.
sink of tiki stuff. It's got 5 different rums in it. It gets lit on fire at the end. Sprinkle a little cinnamon, but it's cinnamon, it's rum, it's falernum, it's orchid, it's all things tiki.
That's so fun.
All things tiki and served in a beautiful classic tiki mug
glass,
here.
yeah.
Now, I saw that before the flames were still burning on top of
Do
it's
people
a
drink
wine.
it with it burning?
Now, you got to just stick a straw in it, or does it melt the straw? Is it safe to drink
You're
now?
It's
That's
out.
it.
There's
Okay.
no fire. There's
It's
no
now safe to drink.
there's no
All good.
You might want to stick a straw in there.
Thank you. I got a straw. In fact, right here, I will do the. Can I
I
put it
like
down?
Mayo.
Right there.
He's gonna go fire first.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I could drink that. That's like
I presume
that is.
that's the goal. So what are these dishes,
kinda
by the
what
way,
we're
that we
going
have
for.
in front of us?
Oh man. So yeah, not just drinks.
It
here,
is bar
obviously.
and grill.
Bar and grill. So now we're getting
When I
up
like
to
the
grill
way,
portion.
That they described it, American contemporary with Caribbean flavors, and that it feels like a great.
I'm gonna make it rhyme, Lubie, because I was the professional
Okay, go
writer.
for it.
Contemporary American fare with Caribbean flair.
I like it.
I
How's
do like
that?
I
that.
like that a lot.
I was a writer.
That just it feels like that describes how Florida a great deal. And that's the thing is tequila's gotten popular. There's wine bars or the other kind of bars you find with alcohol. But if you think about South Florida and how close we are to the Caribbean, how tied we are with the Caribbean between Cuba, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, Haiti, which all have their own rum, and they're very proud because I have friends and family from those areas, and they all fight who has the best rum. Rum is really sort of that flavor of South Florida to me. It feels like, and you're not wrong, Russ. It feels like it's. I don't want to because for years it was, and now with all these other cool tequila now is a big deal, and vodka has become a big deal. Rum was always sort of the undercurrent, and now
The
it feels like
redheaded
it's
stepchild.
underrepresented. It feels like it's almost underrepresented at this point.
What so many people say, oh, I don't like rum. And what they're talking about is they don't like Bacardi. They don't like.
Right.
They got really drunk on Captain Morgan.
Yeah, the
one
150
time.
I was going to
one
say
shot.
Captain Morgan in college is like
Yeah.
And nothing against those brands,
They're
but
fine.
they do nothing to represent what the world of
rum is.
really
And it's such a great sipping drink if you get proper rum. And again, the other thing that's popular now is whiskey bars and
Whiskey's
all these
another one,
whiskey lounges. But rum can really hold a candle to the finest whiskeys
Obviously.
because if you get that El Dorado, the 12 or the 20, and you just put it on the rocks, it's one of the great sipping drinks. And no matter what time of year it is. So
I would say predominantly that's what we have on our wall, our sipping rums.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
They-
one thing I haven't noticed, and I got to ask you, I'm looking around. There's no like blender, or is there like the classic rum runner, icy? You know what we used to see
We
at
have no frozen drinks here.
no frozen drink. That's what I was going to ask you, because so many people. What was the name of the joint in Wet Willie's? Is that it, or Lubie? Are you listening to me?
Fat
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Fat
Tuesday. Yeah, the
Tuesdays
ones
and-
where you go in and you see everything is just a frozen
Frozen.
slushy.
Wet Willie's was another one
Wet
down in South Beach. Was its
Willie's
classic?
and
Yep.
Fat Tuesdays.
Yep.
and everybody would see 20 different frozen cocktails,
Yep.
and just all I saw is a big throbbing headache hangover. And
Instant headache.
rum doesn't have to be a hangover
No.
drink. It
No.
when you have the good ones, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I said, predominantly what is on our wall is beautiful sipping rums that you don't even need an ice cube.
And hopefully accessible cocktails to where, anybody can drink it and enjoy it. But, from the enthusiast all the way down to a first time drinker, probably enjoy these.
Do you have a basic Myers and OJ, which is also one of those drinks that
We can
had a
absolutely
lot
do that.
We can make it for
growing
you.
up? That's a nostalgic drink for me. And but again, I'm glad that there's no frozen drinks, because
I like them, but yes,
that bring back.
they
it
can
bring-
get you really
Well,
hard.
you know what? Do people come in and asking for it? Do they want just the straight up rum runner, and do you make a face, or
Maybe the occasional pina
Pina
colada.
colada.
And
but,
you guys do that.
but we will do pina coladas. Which
interesting.
they're just
It's
not
just-
frozen.
It's shaken.
it's
Okay.
shaken?
Yeah.
Okay, and I guess same thing with like a classic daiquiri is the same way, right? You can
Yes.
just make it as a properly
We serve our daiquiri up.
In a coupe glass, like it originally
was in Havana,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
And a lot of people don't realize that it's gotten bastardized over the years.
it has.
But I'm glad that you're doing it kind of the old school proper way. All right, we're going to get into the food in a minute. We do have to take our first break, and then we'll come back with Deanne and Russ, Blackjack's Rum Bar and Grill in Davie, right here on Davie Road on the Lunchbox. Before we go to our first break, I just want to give a kind shout out to our presenting sponsors today, the great people at Tropical Acres Steakhouse, in business over 75 years. Heard from Jack Studiali over the weekend. He was having a nice brunch, Defoe. That's what my brain is.
Devo loves Jack
No.
Studiali, so do I.
But no, he went to brunch at Even Keel Fish Shack
Oh, he
over the
did?
weekend in
Nice.
Lauderdale by the Sea, another one of
Nice.
our sponsors. And
Yep.
we're going to be there later in the week on Thursday, hanging out with Dave. I don't know if Brad might be off, but Tropical Acres Steakhouse. Go in there tonight. You know why? You could get a half price in the happy hour lounge, 4:30 to 6:30.
And again, it's Monday.
Classic
50
drinks,
off.
half price wine night on Monday
A
and
bottle
Tuesday.
of wine. Bottle of wine.
And if you want prime rib, before you come to prime rib here on Wednesday, you can get the prime rib at Tropical Acres any night of the week. And of course, they're going to be open for the big holidays. Easter, Mother's Day.
Yep.
The only way to get a reservation is the old-fashioned way. Give them a call, 954-989-2500. They're going to be open both on Easter Sunday, Mother's Day, from 3 o'clock till 10 o'clock. Get your reservation in the books now, and you won't find any better service and selection and quality value as at Tropical Acres, 2500 Griffin Road, and right around the corner from here. And then make it a doubleheader. Do Tropical Acres one night, come into Blackjack's Rum Bar.
And
Grill
Larry,
the
by
next.
the way, who's on the IR, who's
Okay.
supposed to be here, our
Larry
friend.
Marks, our
Yes.
friend, longtime
Says,
member of Let's
Don't
Eat Stuff on
forget,
the-
they also have prime rib here every day. They have a
Oh,
great
they do
special
have it every day.
Wednesdays,
Okay.
but he wants you to know you can get it any day if you
All
don't
right.
catch it on the Wednesday.
might have to do a Lunchbox taste test.
You should, for
It's
sure.
all good.
But yeah, come here, get cocktails at happy hour. You still can make it to Tropical Acres before their happy hour is over.
He's a good pitch man.
We're
Thank
happy
you.
all the time.
And I love the thing I love about
We love tropical acres.
everybody
I know.
in the
I'll probably see
Lunchbox.
you there.
Yeah, the Lunchbox family, like everybody cross pollinates. I mean, you've gone to Luke's.
I
Luke
love
told
that.
us about that you've been in, and then we've got everybody checking
Jesus.
everybody else out. And there's plenty. Look at this, we got fish and chips now
That's
too.
a fish and chips.
All right, let's take the first break. We'll come back with more from Blackjack's Rum Bar and Grill in Davie after these words. For the finest poultry and the freshest fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. For the finest and authentic Greek cuisine, Taverna Kima is the place to go. 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. It's been around for nearly 2 decades. Every day is a feast with grilled lamb and fish, house-made spinach pie and moussaka, gyros, traditional dips, mezes, with soft, warm pita. It's open 7 days for lunch and dinner with happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m., indoor, outdoor, private dining. So celebrate life at Taverna Kima. For reservations and information, go to tavernakima.com. When I get a craving for real Southern barbecue, Fat Boys Barbecue is the place that I call home. Cooked low and slow with proper smoke and dry rub goodness, Fat Boys has some of the best ribs, brisket, burnt ends, pulled pork, and chicken around. 5 delectable sauces and the tastiest collard greens, candied yams, and cornbread this side of heaven. 4 locations, including Deerfield, Coral Springs, Cypress Creek Road, and their newest location in downtown Fort Lauderdale, 706 South Federal Highway. Open 7 days with great lunch specials, online ordering, delivery, catering, and food trucks for your next event. To order, go to fatboysbarbecue.com today. That's Fatboy. Looking for great seafood that's a little further inland? Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C. 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Feel like getting away without leaving town? Then you got to check out the House on the River in Fort Lauderdale. It's a beautiful restored historic home with indoor and outdoor dining right on the new river. You'll think you're in Charleston or Savannah. It has a gorgeous patio, porches, and private dining areas, and it offers unique experiences perfect for a date night or fun times with friends and family. It has weekend brunches, happy hour, dinner Wednesday through Sunday. There's also a high tea on Friday and Saturdays, and the popular House of Veuve Champagne experience on weekends. The House on the River is in Fort Lauderdale's Himmershey district, just south of the Science Museum. For reservations and all right, we're back on the Lunchbox. It's Monday. We're at Blackjack's Rum Bar and Grill in Davie. Relatively new, less than 3 months old. And I guess, you were telling me the saga that you signed the lease. It's in the ground floor of an apartment building that's been here for a few years. And you had the usual challenges and hurdles in getting a brand new building, the permits and all that stuff. But you finally opened up. And are you this part of the world, instead of where you used to be right on the beach, which is obviously very seasonal with spring break, are you more encouraged that, you get opened in January and now you'll kind of have a year-round crowd coming out here?
I think so. We get a lot of the locals. We get a mix of the college kids. But really, we're getting the Davie residents. And so I think
that's when you want to capture, especially.
Absolutely. And I think it's going to be pretty consistent, and especially once we start brunch in a few weeks.
Okay. I didn't realize. I was going to ask you.
Oh,
so
nice.
Now you're open 7 days?
Open 7 days, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. every day.
Wow, that's a lot of hours to cover.
It is. We do happy hour twice a day.
Larry, where are you? You sprained your ankle, and he used me as an excuse yesterday because our friend Ellen Freed, she did a doubleheader. She came out to our brunch bash at Gulfstream yesterday. She had her one of meetups at a deli up in Boca Bends, and Larry was supposed to go. He signed up, and then he didn't. He bailed out, and he said, "Oh, I got Mayo's coming to where Blackjack's tomorrow," but I guess he sprained an ankle. We hope you get better soon, Larry. But yeah, so
He wanted to keep setting up. He's like, "Oh, I haven't finished brewing tea yet." I'm like, "Larry, you have to go to the doctor."
Oh, really?
Oh,
okay.
yeah, make the
Is he
man take
dedicated?
care of
Yes.
himself. He's not a spring chicken.
No, no.
All right, so lunch and dinner, 7 days, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., but you're introducing a brunch menu.
That's correct.
Which
Yes.
South Florida seems to love. Why don't you give me a rundown of, like, there's happy hour every day? Are there other specials? Who's got it? And I'm going to take a
So-
bite, meanwhile, of this Cuban pizza while you kind of give the special rundown. I'm going to bring back the Mayo Big Bite for 1 day only because this looks pretty good.
So
Go ahead.
we do our happy hour twice a day, every day,
Oh,
4
wow.
to 7, and again 11 to close. It's a mix of island bar bites, cocktails, our well liquors, which are all not rail liquors, our classic cocktails. So we have kind of a variety of everything, something for everyone during happy hour. And like it's twice a day.
How late do you serve food?
Our kitchen is open until the end.
Really? You
What
can
does
come
that
in at
mean?
1:30 in the morning or 1 o'clock?
We last call at 1:45
And for food,
for
For
food.
food.
at 1:45 in the morning,
Yes.
people can come here and get this kind of food.
Any of the
Absolutely.
food, all of the food.
And
So-
the chef is happy about this.
Well,
No, I'm joking. I just work in the food industry, and I was one of the jerks. So I the fact that you both said it with a smile means I feel the staff agreed with you. I just think that's amazing. That
I
late
think that
get
when
quality
you're
food.
when you're consistent with it, then everyone gets used to it. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
if you start closing 5 minutes early, 10 minutes early, then it's going to keep going.
Mhm.
But it's 1:45. You walk in at 1:43, you can order.
I think that's great because Broward in general lacks good late night
Yep.
quality dining. Obviously,
Yep.
there are some diners that are open 24 hours, but for those who want something a little bit different, a little bit more, now I've got a new place to come after I hit. If I win a poker tournament over at the Hard Rock,
That's right.
come on over to Blackjack's.
That's right.
I will skip the blackjack tables and come for the rum old fashioned here because this is a sure thing. my
Sounds
friends.
more economical.
It's definitely in the
exactly.
long run.
You're gonna do a lot more
But
winning.
no, and even if I get bounced out of a poker tournament, the worst feeling is when you hit the bubble and you don't get paid, but you still sat there for 6 hours
Yep.
until like midnight. Now I know where to come and lick my wounds, which is right here. So,
We'll be here.
and I took a bite of this delicious. You call it a Cuban pizza. It's not really pizza. I call it. It's like a mix between a quesadilla and everything. I mean, it's got the pork and the great cheeses and the corn and jalapeno. It's a real flavor explosion. Congrats! Is it selling a lot?
It does. It sells very well. Yeah.
It's a cheesy, just a fun blanket of goodness. Families coming in here, family friendly place. I mean, even though you brand it as a rum bar,
We're absolutely family friendly.
Yes.
The kids menu is a pirate hat.
Oh, nice. That's fun.
So with that we do have a kids menu. So we
We're ready
welcome.
for any and all comers.
yeah, no,
Absolutely.
And again, the menu seems very family friendly, kid friendly. Take us through all the dishes on here for a second. And during the break, I had some of the fish and chips, and the fish inside, outstanding. You were telling me snapper,
So
which
yes,
is you
so
usually
we-
don't see that. in
No,
fish
so
and
we do
chips.
use a wild caught snapper. We brought the product in. It wasn't even in South Florida, so you can't get it anywhere else around here. But it's a delicious piece of fish, nicely perfectly breaded, served with the steak fries with our own house blend of seasonings on them. So that's your fish and chips.
What's the coating? Is it like a beer battered thing or rum
It is.
battered?
Yes,
or,
it's a beer batter.
Rum batter.
I don't know. I've
It's-
never tried
I mean,
it.
that's an interesting.
We do put rum in a lot of stuff,
Stuff.
but it's not in a fish and chips. So that's the fish and chips. The side here, instead of doing tartar, we do have a house-made cilantro and lemon aioli,
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
garlic. So it's definitely got a lot more flavor than you might be used to. We do have tartar sauce if you want, though, and cocktail
Very nice.
at request. So this is a little surf and turf here. You can add a shrimp skewer to any of your
That's the
steaks,
churrasco steak.
but this is our churrasco steak.
And you serve it on a wooden board? Do you
yes.
just like the presentation? It looks nice.
Served to the wooden board, a little groove around the edges for
So it
any
catches the
juices.
little
Yes,
juice.
so you don't make a mess on your table.
Cup
This
of the
is
steak
a
fries.
traditional chimichurri sauce.
Yeah, and grilled asparagus.
Yes.
I love asparagus.
Jumbo
this time of year.
asparagus, grilled.
Looks good. And
So-
I'm digging into the salad here with pineapple. And I got
Yes.
some, it
So you
looks like
have-
some avocado and
Yes.
pineapple and chicken and all kinds of good
And the
stuff.
dressing is an Asian sesame dressing.
Very good. I'm gonna
So
have a
it's
bite
a
of
little
that.
sweet, a little savory, everything kind of coming together to.
Very nice. I like grilled pineapple with any
Enjoy.
kind of protein. It's very good. And then you've got your prime burger.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely. So we do use USDA prime ground beef for our burgers. I don't think you'll find that many other places in Davie, but we still try to stay in an affordable range. So yes, come here and get the burger. The bun was something that Deanne really stressed out about for I think a year.
What is it? Is it like a muffin? I'm looking.
It's
That's
a sour.
interesting.
It's a sourdough bun,
Okay.
but it was again not available in South Florida. And I just wanted something very simple that wasn't going to compete with or take away from our burgers because just a little salt and pepper, and they are so tasty that I didn't want a brioche bun, I didn't want a pretzel bun, and had to search high and low and bring this product in for
It
us.
looks good. I'm going to be getting in there on the next, after the next break. But again, this is called the Behemoth,
Yes,
and that's because it's a double patty, 1 pound of meat.
1 pound.
and
big monster.
It looks good. What kind of cheese on it? It's a little bit of a
That's American.
American,
White
white
American.
American, which is always the best cheese on a burger.
Yep.
And I could have done with just one, but you're giving us the Lunchbox treatment, which is always over the top. We love that. And I'm gonna take a bite. I love the Cuban pizza again. It's on your appetizer menu.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
All right.
appetizer.
I could keep eating it all day, but I'm gonna just stop for now because I want to save room for the other stuff. We'll get into the meats. We got to take care of one piece of business before we take our next break, and,
Yes,
and I will
sir.
start eating more things. And I'm going to ask Deanne to give her efforts, because what we have here is, you see the little slips in the bag, and that means it's a tiebreaker of our weekly contest every week in conjunction with our friends at 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park. Are you a racing fan? Do you like the horses at all? Well, you like horses.
I like horses. But I'm not into race horses.
Right. You are into like the show horses, the jumping horses?
Mine, I do a few different disciplines. I do the jumpers,
Mhm.
and then I also recently started competing reining horses.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow. And you were there at a competition over the weekend, right? The
I
first
was.
days off in like 6 months or
Correct.
something like that?
Correct.
She
Had-
killed it.
How'd
Oh,
that go?
nice.
Up in Tampa? The Tampa
I was in
area?
Tampa, and it went really well. I hadn't really ridden very much since September, since we started.
Got some sore
Gearing
muscles today. A little Charlie horse, so to speak.
No
And
pun intended.
yeah. Well, that's where it came from. I learned the hard way when I did some riding when I was a kid, and it come off, and like my kishkas would hurt. I said, "Oh, shit, why does that hurt so much?" Well, that's the horse muscles. You get a Charlie horse. So, well, I'm glad any friend of the horses is a friend of the Lunchboxes.
Yes.
Me, I like betting on the ones that go around in circles, and I watch my money disappear quicker than if I had a 401k or a lot of stocks
Exactly.
these days.
There you go.
I didn't even want to look at it today. But so what happens is every week we give a restaurant trivia question, along with people have to pick the winner of the Gulfstream contest race on a Saturday. And then we have the ultimate tiebreaker. This week it was the winner and margin of the Final Four game between Florida and Auburn. Florida ended up winning by 6. So here's what happened. The restaurant, I don't know if you remember this one. You've been around here for a bit, but I think it was before your time. It was in Davie. And because of the Wood Memorial race in Aqueduct, we made it a woodsy restaurant. It's long gone, and it was called the Kapok Tree Inn. It was a place that had a lot of weddings, and it had ornate architecture. Have you ever heard of it? It was in
No.
there in the 70s and 80s, and I guess it closed in the late 80s. Kapok Tree Inn was the answer. A lot of people had it. And then we had the winner of the Gulfstream contest race was number 3, Horsepower, which is a good name for
Oh,
a
that
horse.
really was the winner?
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Only 3 people had the winning horse. All 3 of them picked the Gators, One of them, my friend Todd Cuzzato, had Gators by 4 because the other two had Gators by 5. It ended up being Gators by 6. Since both of them had Gators by 5, those names are in the hat. And the thing that I really like about it is it's 2 first-timers and kind of relative newcomers, which just goes to show that after almost 2 years of doing this contest, it's great that we still have people joining us.
Yeah, I love
coming out. We had a great time at
it was a
10
blast
Palms
yesterday.
for our seasonal brunch bash yesterday. Thanks again to Joe Beja.
Yeah, they did such
and
a
his
great
whole
job.
crew out there. I didn't get the final count. I think we were about like 32, 35 people.
It might have been more than that. It looked like one of our more higher numbered.
We had
groups.
6 contest winners, including Jim Sarney.
Yes.
We had
And Sarney ate, and
Sarney
he
ate, and
talked
he
to
was-
people.
Yeah, and
It was nice.
a bunch of paying guests who got the nice discount, 20% discount, $44 instead of the usual $55 for the all-day buffet. We had a great time, and some of my friends came out.
Yep.
Ken, the
Ken
professor,
brought some
a
friends,
crew.
which was so cool.
Val brought her whole family. It was a great
Yeah,
time.
we had a
So
blast.
anyway, we got 2 names in the slip here, and I'm going to let Dee just pick one name, and we'll find out who this week's winner is. We'll open it up, and we will say congratulations to, and I know it's a first-time winner. I think both of them were first time in the hat. There you go. Justin de Bernadis. Congratulations.
Congrats,
Justin de
Justin. That's
Bernadis.
so cool.
You
I love
are
it.
this week's
Yay,
winner
Justin.
of the Lunchbox. And I assume everybody is saying go Gators tonight. The other one, job well done by the runner-up. Keep at it, because if you're able to get all 3 elements like that, and that was Gloria Sikowski.
Oh,
Sorry that you did not win, but keep trying. And Justin, you and a guest have won an all-expense paid Sunday brunch package for 2 at 10 Palms at Gulfstream. You could redeem it in the next 3 months, and it includes 1 mimosa, which is a good thing. So,
Awesome.
all right, thank you for that.
Oh, of course.
And all right, let's take our second break, and then we will continue our food tour of Blackjack's Rum Bar and Grill. I'm going to dig into some of the burger
and
and
we have to try
the
the steak and the shrimp was
churrasco
utterly
looks
amazing.
fantastic.
And we got to get into
What was
the
your
burger.
verdict on the fish and chips?
Fish and
there,
chips is
Lubie?
fantastic. Todd Cuzzato himself was actually watching, and he's like, "That looks ridiculous." It is. I love when, and again, all the northeastern fish are fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Cods and all that for fish and chips. It's a standard. My mom's always been a big fan
Pollock.
of fish and chips, but I do like when our friend Stephen Keeler uses mahi-mahi, and I like that you guys are diving out there, pun intended,
Using the snapper.
and using different styles of fish, but it still has that quality flavor you're used to. I do like the batter, but the portions are really portions as big as it
What a
looks on the
generous
screen.
portion. I mean, that is.
This is
Most
the
people do
this,
take half home.
This is
This
absolutely
is your portion.
yes.
Is it-
This
Okay.
is the
Because people are
portion.
always, they just give you.
No.
They don't.
That
I mean,
is
they do,
exactly
but
how it comes all day, every day.
it's fantastic. So it's definitely worth getting out here and getting in maybe some apps.
When
and
I
drinks.
see portions like this, I said these people are in the hospitality
yeah.
village. They're not pirates. They're not out to just
no,
take all your stuff.
rob you exactly.
No, this is
and they have 2
the
fantastic
opposite
happy hours.
of pirates. So, job well done. All right, we'll be back with more on the Lunchbox after these words.
Hey Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligan's, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Guess who's back and better than ever? Juan's, for the best in classic old school Chinese cuisine, a family run South Florida favorite since 1966. It's at 664 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Chef Alex is carrying on the family tradition that started 4 generations ago. It used to be known as Christina Juan's Mandarin House, and you're going to love it as Juan's. They've got all your favorites: wonton soup, spare ribs, egg rolls, dumplings, Peking duck, and more. Combo lunch specials daily, and soon offering takeout and delivery. For more information, go to their Instagram page at wans.fl. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Southern comfort food from a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar, a great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food and a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. If you want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting, have I got the place for you. Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasta platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi. Fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. We got Lubie on the mixing board. We've got Deanne and Russ from Blackjack's Rum Bar and Grill. And during the break, got to sample some more of the food. That burger, you're not kidding, Russ. That prime beef makes all the difference. It is a mighty fine.
Well, and I want to, because you as the food critic and the person who knows his food, and I'm the lay person on the show who's just earning my stripes and eating and trying to grade and learn more about food. You always mock me. You're like, people just eat anything. And then I'm like, I think he's looking or speaking right at me, because I used to just eat anything. I'm not going to lie. Price, quantity.
You used to be I was eat to live person.
Raised, right. Get the big portion, lower price. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that as well. But you guys were talking about, Deanne was talking about with the steaks, it's just the best quality one just was the best one. And I couldn't get past that. Russ, you're talking about with the burger. It's literally prime. People use the word prime, but they flaunt, it's very flirty and it's not this is literally USDA prime beef. And look, I put a lot of condiments on a burger, and I've learned that cooking it the right way covers up a lot, so I can't always know how this is great or bad. I took one bite of that and I'm like, oh my God, like you can tell from the first bite the quality of that meat as compared to some other, and I'm not casting aspersions, but I'm like, okay, like I the more and more I do the show, the more
It
words
doesn't
like
need
that.
ketchup. You
I
can
was gonna
just
say I
put
felt
salt
bad
and
I put
pepper
ketchup on it. Like I was like, this doesn't need anything.
Put a
Like,
little of the caramelized onions,
and the
that's it.
bun
You can
was
just stop.
fantastic. So Dan's work to get that bun was well worth it because the bun is the perfect. Because a lot of the time the bun is too much.
No, and you don't want it to overwhelm the burger. And in this case, it enhances it and it goes along with
Yes.
it. Especially again when you got one of those behemoths and you got a double burger. So,
Yes.
job well done on that. And I just
Thank you.
I stole a jalapeno from the Cuban pizza and put it on the burger meat, and it was a little bit spicier than I was anticipating.
You burning over there, Mike?
Well, the cardinal rule of if you're going to be doing a live stream, don't eat hot stuff because you could start coughing and hacking and wheezing. But thank God for the club soda.
When we were talking about it in the
That's
break,
what the old fashion's for.
Yeah.
exactly to
Cut
calm it
that.
down.
Yeah, there we go.
We were talking about in the break, and that's the other thing when it comes to drinks. A lot of the time, like everyone's like, anyone can make a drink. You're just throwing stuff together. That's not true. I've gone to lots of bars in my life, lots of restaurants, lots of clubs, especially. And there is an art to making a drink that has a lot of alcohol, but doesn't taste like it has a lot of alcohol. And that is an art. And you guys, I'm scared how well you mastered it, to be brutally honest.
Who's the mixologist here? I mean, were you like a bar guy? And your background was you were telling us that you worked with Deanne and her family restaurants here in Fort Lauderdale, and then you branched out. They opened up a Drunken Taco in the Clearwater area?
It was in St. Pete.
St. Pete, I love St.
Actually, Gulfport, which is
Okay.
a suburb of St. Pete.
Yep.
Yes.
And
My background is years in Baltimore, really, and then also the Delaware Shore, so Rehoboth,
Okay.
Delaware. I moved down here. They hired me at their Drunken Taco on the beach, and that's how she knew me. And didn't really know that I knew rum, and didn't really know that I could cook.
Okay.
But when she got me here, she
found out.
she found out. Yeah.
And who's developed the cocktail menu and all these great drinks?
It was
Predominantly.
it was a collaboration. A lot of them were cocktails that I had come up with in the past, and we kind of worked on them, tweaked them, and came up with something that we really liked.
And how do you decide which kind of rum goes into which drink? Like in this case,
Oh,
I guess
oh,
it's
that's
the
interesting.
Filipino rum, right? Which I've never had any Filipino rums, but all
Well,
I know
so
is
this rum is very aged, so it's actually a combination
kind of like me.
and me. It's a combination of 5-year-old rum that's a pot still rum that's aged in oak, and then a column still 8-year-old aged rum, and then they combine them, mix them half and half, and then they age them 4 more years.
Oh, wow.
In ex-bourbon barrels. So I mean, it's got a lot of whiskey elements to it,
right?
But it also tastes really, for lack of a better word, rummy. So it's like whiskey and rum all together in one. And I think it worked with an old fashioned.
I think I already mentioned that this is my new favorite cocktail.
You did.
It's
And it's
the
working.
official drink of the Mike
Well,
Mayo
and
Lunchbox.
that's
but
something so are you, because a lot of the time with the chefs, they do a lot of testing before they release different dishes. The way you describe that drink, it feels like there was a lot of R&R, R&D, I'm sorry, R&R too, after.
Oh, yeah.
R&D to get it to
I'm
out here.
I'm waiting for the R&R. Maybe after we open the next restaurant.
Exactly. Are you doing testing? Because I didn't even think about that, using one rum for one thing and another rum for another drink. Like,
I stood back there and
Absolutely.
shook cocktails and stirred cocktails and did all my thing. And Deanne and then our other manager, Jesse, who's not able to be with us right now, but those two sat there and they tasted them.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And if we didn't all love it, it didn't go
Are you
on.
like a
interesting.
sommelier? Do you have to spit it out? Because after a while,
You're not wasting rum.
it's like, I don't know. I would get pretty loopy
Oh,
after
100%.
having like just 2 or 3.
That's what
of
makes
the
it take so
different
long, because
samples,
you can only do so
Drink
many
so
a day.
many.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, that's a intricate process, but well worth it. I mean, yeah, congrats to you guys. This is a really nice, well thought out menu, and again, the cocktail program looks fantastic.
Thank you.
And
you.
if you want a pina colada, just ask. They'll
They will
make it
do
by
it.
hand.
It's not
But
a frozen,
Sorry, there's no
but it
frozen
is
rum runners.
a delicious pina colada nonetheless.
Yes. I am going to be Well,
didn't
I
even cut into that.
I didn't
That
cut
looks
into that.
spectacular.
I've had that. I've had that. I've had that. I've had that. So
You've done
pretty
good, and they're just bites. You're still
I'm taking
working
using
the
bites.
world of
Dig into
everything.
the surf
We're
and
gonna
turf.
get into the surf and turf. I was just trying to think. Do we have
There's
anything?
one more break.
Oh,
to
one
get
more
to.
break.
We do one
Thank
more
you.
break to get to.
Sometimes I get lost.
Well, there's a lot of great
Especially
food
after I have a
and a lot of
couple of
great
sips
drinks.
of the drink.
Well, and again, you talked about is it a place for kids? I like, and a lot of the time, especially in touristy areas in South Florida, can be considered that at times. You have a great bar, you have a great restaurant. To marry the two isn't always easy. Where you have great drinks, a lot of time the food can be lacking. When you great food, sometimes the drinks can be lacking. I actually appreciate the drinks are really good because I'm usually the guy that just gets a Jack and Coke. My wife looks at the menu. Oh, look at this thing they came up with. I'm like, it's just alcohol and liquid. But now I know why she
Are you
does
a
that.
millennial and she's Gen Z? Or how does that work?
I'm X to millennial, and
Okay, you're on the border.
and she's millennial to Gen Z.
Okay.
So we have
So
a little
both
bit of
on
both
the, on the
things.
edge. I'm
So-
a solid Gen X, although
clearly
just
are.
missed the boomers by a
Boomer,
few
yeah.
years.
But I
and,
just, you guys, the drinks are of not only high quality, but really fun and interesting. And also, I could see the night going by very quickly being at your bar. But the food doesn't take a back seat. And I think that's really, we'd heard a lot of different things about blackjack. So I was really excited to get out here. And people are like, it looks so good. I'm very proud to say it tastes as good, if not better than it looks.
And again,
Thank
open
you.
7 days. Kitchen open till almost 2 a.m.
That's-
and that
I've never
is
heard of
a
that.
huge,
Yeah.
huge selling point. Again, that is something because you want to be able to kind of have a point of distinction and separate yourself from the crowd.
Other
It's a
places,
competitive
yes.
business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, everything we did here was to be a little different than everybody else.
Yeah.
The menu, the cocktails,
And you
the
can,
whole.
And you know, if you go around Davie, and a lot of the menus are pretty similar, so we really wanted to stand out, be different.
right. And you were saying, oh, we forgot the ceviche. It's served in a coconut shell. And I was like, next time.
Probably we'll come
do
back
that
and we'll
next
do that
time.
the next round.
And hopefully the next round it'll be the new location
Yeah,
downtown
yeah,
Fort
Fort
Lauderdale,
Lauderdale,
which I think it's also going to be a hit down there.
Oh, yeah.
Because again, you see your whiskey bars, you see your tequila bars, but the rum bar is, I think, something that is just begging to have its moment. And I think you've really nailed it here. So job well done. And you also got big screen TVs, so you can come out and watch sports tonight.
The game will be on tonight.
The night,
Are you Gator fans?
he's a Seminole.
I'm-
My
yeah.
daughter's in Tallahassee, so all I could say is "Go Cougars!" Any Gator blood here, or are you? No. Okay.
I'm a Maryland Terrapins fan.
Okay.
After they beat us in the Sweet 16, I was like, all Gators all the way.
Okay,
good for
you
you.
gotta
So-
respect the team that
You're nicer
beat
than
your
I am.
team.
Yes.
Makes your team look better. It's going to be an exciting
right.
game tonight. What's
Yeah.
tip off? 9.
It's usually like 7 something, but let me
7.
see.
I think it used to be at 9.
8:50.
8:50.
Oh, good for you.
There's a woman who knows the answer.
8:50 exactly. You should know.
So,
8:50 exactly.
and what is the betting line?
That I don't know.
Gators by 1.5, I think.
It
was the
is,
last
it is.
I
Good for
heard.
you.
Yeah. So leave it to me to know
It's a
that.
man
part
that
of
knows
the
his betting
equation.
lines.
Call that a degenerate.
Yeah.
All right. Before we take our third and final break and wrap up this edition, I do have to put in the good word and let you know about Casa D'Angelo again. Highest quality Italian cuisine, and they've got a couple of special events coming up later this month, right after Easter, on Tuesday the 22nd, Wednesday the 23rd, at their Aventura and Fort Lauderdale locations. They're having a special wine dinner, and it's going to be some fantastic food to go along with wine pairings, and it's called Passing Time Winery. It's called Passing Time because it was founded by 2 Miami Dolphin quarterbacks on property in Washington State, which is the new hotbed of wine
the
growing
Northwest.
activity in the Northwest. Damon Eward, who many people remember from his time at the Dolphins, and a certain nobody named Dan Marino,
Who?
they co-founded this Passing Time Winery, and Dan Marino and Damon Eward will be going to present some of their wines at Casa D'Angelo on the 22nd in Aventura, 23rd at the flagship Fort Lauderdale, right there at 1201 North Federal Highway. So if you want to get involved in that, space is limited. Go online to casa-d-angelo.com to learn more. Get your reservations today for the wine dinner. Or if you want to skip the wine dinner and just go in for a great, fantastic meal, if you got family visiting for some of the upcoming holidays, you're going to want to check out Casa D'Angelo because they are the epitome of class and distinction when it comes to high-end Italian cuisine, wine, award-winning wine list. The wine room is unbelievable there. He's got like 20,000
He's like over
bottles of wine.
18,000 bottles of wine.
It's
now.
crazy. We love Angelo Ilia and his crew. They do nothing but superb work. Go in there, tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, Lubie, let's take that third and final break, and then we'll wrap up this edition and wrap up some of this food. It's too good to waste. We'll be back with more on the Lunchbox from Blackjack's Rum Bar and Grill in Davie after these words. Fresh local fish, a sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hour 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk and Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for Sunday brunch and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast. We're back on the Lunchbox. I am munching on some grilled asparagus.
The steak and the shrimp are fantastic.
We just sampled that churrasco steak, chimichurri sauce, the shrimp skewer on the side, which is an add-on. But I was just remarking, I mean, that is one tender, flavorful piece of meat. It is gorgeous.
Cooked perfectly.
And I was asking the pricing on it, and just, with the steak alone and not the shrimp add-on, very reasonably priced. I mean, I'm seeing steaks now. There's a lot of places now you can't even look and see an entree that's under $30. Here you're saying it's $25 for this churrasco steak. It is so tender. Job well done.
Right? You guys have done
you.
an amazing job here.
Thank you.
Can we come back?
Anytime.
I'm digging everything about this place.
Yeah, this place is
Did I
fantastic.
mention the rum old fashioned is the new
This drink
official
is
drink?
ridiculous. Again, both of these drinks, and again, this is the highest compliment to get you in a lot of trouble.
Yes.
Well, as soon as hopefully I can get off all my meds, I can start drinking the pineapple juice.
Well, but
again.
this is for like you're not a big mango guy, but then when you find dishes that they do a good job, you'll like it. I'm not a big grapefruit fan at all. I wouldn't have known it. Like what you guys did with the grapefruit is impressive.
Thank you.
Again, you can find this all here at, what is it, 3890 Davie Road?
That's right.
I memorized it and everything. Again, right across from the Bergeron Rodeo Grounds, right here in the heart of Davie.
Yes.
It is close to anywhere, 595.
Yep.
Just get off the Davie Road exit, come south. If you're coming out from Griffin Road, just turn right on Davie and head north. Open 7 days till 2 a.m.
Yes.
And when is the brunch going to start? Hopefully a couple of weeks or
Easter weekend.
Easter
Oh,
weekend.
nice.
Saturday the 19th.
I meant to
But
ask you,
Saturday.
you're going to be open Easter Sunday,
Absolutely.
obviously. And you're going to be open for Mother's Day.
Absolutely.
And do you take reservations here? Or is
We
it
do. We're on Open Table.
opentable.com? Okay. And the brunch service, will there be any kind of unlimited drink option, or with rum it's a little bit too dicey?
I would stay tuned on that. We will have brunch drink specials.
I didn't want to put anybody on the
we
spot.
talked-
No, Deanna and Russ seem their brains were working. That's an
Yeah.
interesting idea. I don't want.
Well,
what do we
we
do with
talked
that?
about mimosa bars. We talked about Bloody Mary
Marys.
bars, but we'll see.
Well, you got to stay with the rum theme, but I'm just thinking, what is a rum drink
More
that you
mojito,
could make in
rum cola.
that, or give
Cuba Libre, obviously.
Yeah, well, whatever. We'll
There's
let them
plenty of
figure
things.
that out.
I'll leave it to them. They know a heck of a lot more than we do. It seems like.
If they, as long as they make it, I'll
I'm
come here and
drinking.
drink it. So, thank you so much for having us. This
Thank
was
you.
a real
Thank
treat.
you. Thank you.
Larry Marks, get better soon.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
I won't take it personal that you didn't show up for us. A little bit wounded. I admit. Tomorrow we're at Delaware Chicken's
We
Farm
are.
and Seafood Restaurant, another one of our great premier sponsors. And we're going to be getting ready for the upcoming spring holidays. I can't
Yes.
believe it, Lubie. Passover is
And
already
Easter.
starting this Saturday.
Yep. One
And then
in 2
Easter
weeks.
Sunday, the following Sunday
Yep.
is Easter Sunday. This Sunday is Palm Sunday.
Yes.
And for all those holiday meals, no matter what you celebrate, Delaware Chicken and Seafood is the place for value and freshness. Whether you want to get lamb or meat, or of course the finest in seafood. Stone crab season is going to be over before you know it.
Soon.
That is very depressing. I wonder if Gene's going to have any
Yeah, I'm sure.
final goodbye stone crabs for me tomorrow.
Well, you're working it again,
4191
but
North
yeah,
State Road 7 in Hollywood. They've been there since the early 60s, and they take great care of all their customers. Come on out when we're there tomorrow from noon to 1. We're doing the show a little bit earlier tomorrow. Noon start.
Yes.
And Wednesday, we're going to be at
Grandpa's.
for a breakfast morning edition, some bagels and lox and Mark Freed. Thursday, Even Keel Fish Shack in Lauderdale by the Sea, and then Friday back at 10 Palms at Gulfstream for another Friday fun day of racing action and all that good food with Joe Beja. All right, that's going to do it. Deanne and Russ, again, thanks so much. Come on out here, check it
Yeah,
out.
they do a great job.
If you're on that, a lot of times we hear, oh, there's no independent, interesting restaurants
Out
in the
west.
central or out western Broward. Well, now you've got another one on the plate. Blackjack's Rum Bar and Grill. Everybody want to do it together? Until
God.
tomorrow, enjoy every burger, every fish and chip, every churrasco steak, and enjoy every sandwich.